My name is Henry Solario, and I've been with the Centenary Church since 1978. And I'm going to tell you the story of the first Methodist church in Modesto. As you know, Modesto was founded in 1870 by the Big Four men. The Big Four were Hopkins, Huntington, Crocker, and Leland Stanford, which was the founder of Stanford University. So they owned the railroad all the way from Salt Lake City to Sacramento. And they decided to come through the valley. So when they come in through the valley, the Big Four, they bought 160 acres for $3,200 and decided, and they laid out the property. All lots were 125 feet by 140. All streets were 80 feet wide, exception for I Street, which is 100 feet. So when the Methodist Church was in Riverbank, and when they found out that they were going to move, they're going to have the railroad come through, they decided they wanted to move into Modesto. So they approached the four men, and they bought 2 lots. And the Southern Pacific Railroad donated 2 lots to them. The lots were on 11th and J Street. So that's where the first Methodist church was built. So after about a year or so, they decided to tear it down and build a new church. So they tore it down, they built the church on 11th and J. Now, after the church, they had the first service, I believe, there. They had the first service there, I think, around 1872. So they were there, the new church was there for 24 years when an earthquake. They had an earthquake, and the ceiling, the plaster started coming down. So they decided, after 24 years, that they wouldn't remodel it. They decided to sell the church building to a lady named Mrs. Campbell. Mrs. Campbell bought the lumber from the church and gave them 2 lots for the building. So that's when they tore it down, and then they decided they're going to build another church. The other church that they built on there was called the Little Green Church, because they painted it in green. Now the church there, they were there at that location for 45 years. So when the town got a little busy, they decided then to move to another location. And they found a lot. They sold the church, Little Green Church, to the Elks for $18,000. So when they went over to Elmwood and Needham and bought a lot or an acre, and they bought that for, I think it was $20,000. So when they moved there, they call it Centenary Church. And they were there for 45 years. So, again, they start town, the city started coming out a little bit north, so they decided to look for another location. Another location, they come out here on McHenry Avenue, and they bought 4 acres where you're standing today for $18,000. So that's when you built the church. So the church first service in here was in 1962. That's my story of the Methodist Church in Modesto. Thank you.